The scary truth that every woman needs to hear about financial freedom. Yes, as always, we are getting into the heavy topics today, but it is something that I am so passionate about, so welcome back. I want to help all of you beautiful ladies get financially free. We are in a dire situation in this time and space, and today we're going to grab a cup of courage and change all of that. So let's get into it. All right, let's start with some chilling statistics. Did you know that on average, women earn about 84 cents to the dollar of their male counterparts? That's right. The wage gap has been haunting us forever, and according to the World Financial Report, it is going to take 257 years to close that gap. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be here in 257 years, so I need to take some steps today to close that gap for me right now. According to the Institute for Women's Research, we are going to be $400,000 poorer over our career. $400,000 we are going to earn less than our male counterparts over our career before retirement. That is a whole lot of money to be leaving on the table. Now, I want to cover one of the reasons why I think it is so important for women to get in control of their financial freedom. My granny always told me that you need to have an account with your partner, but you also need to have an account that your partner don't know about. Now I want to cover a reason why I think financial freedom for women is so important. My granny always told me you have two bank accounts, one that you share with your partner for bills and one that they don't know about. And I always thought, man, she's wild. But as an adult, I'm almost 40, I know many women that stay in dire, toxic relationships because they do not have the financial freedom to walk away. We are not doing that anymore. Women need financial freedom, not just to walk away from toxic relationships. You also need the freedom to live your own authentic life, to do what you want to do without the constraints of money holding you back. Financial independence is the ultimate power move. Did you know that in as little as 50 years ago, women couldn't even open a bank account without a male? Even if that was their son. They had to have a male signature on a bank account, on a credit card. They had to have some male saying, I vouch for this lady. Now, we don't live in those times anymore, but that has been encrypted into our DNA to where a staggering 60% of women say they do not even care about their financial freedom. They would rather be blind to it than to even look at it. Yeah. And I know that sticks around, and I know that that's lingering over us. But today we have role models as Rihanna out here building $1 billion empire, or Oprah, or all of these financial powerhouses that are out here living their dream. And I got news for you. I am a firm believer that if one person has done what you want to do, you can do it too. Now, I know debt and financial anxiety go hand in hand. I know that it is scary as all get out to sit down and look at the facts. But as you know from my many other videos, creating a budget and finding out where your money is going is your first step to financial freedom. But there's also some other things that I want you to do today that will help you get further ahead. So yes, we're going to do the other B word. We're going to get a budget and know where our money is going. Step one, you cannot go any further until you know where the money you made on Friday is going on Monday. Step two, you need to have an emergency fund. You need to have an emergency fund for a rainy day. It is pouring here in North Carolina on this beautiful summer day. It is always going to rain. Now, I'm not calling these disasters into my circle, but I know that I'm eventually going to have a flat tire, or I had to replace my central air unit a few summers ago, and it was an absolute emergency because it was 89 degrees in my house, and girl, I'm Southern. I am not that kind of Southern girl. So yes, you need a rainy day fund. You need something on hand so that you don't have to panic when things arise. That's step two. Step three, after that, we're going to save. I highly recommend that you automate 20% of your earnings before you do anything else, before you pay any bills, before you buy anything. Just automate 20% out of that paycheck every single time it comes into another account that you do not have a debit card for. That way we cannot get to it and we do not have to do anything. It is already being done for you. And the reason for this is because, as you know, you have your rainy day fund, but after you get to the point where you can start saving, that's when it gets really fun, because step 4 is to invest. And I know that many of us are afraid to invest. I myself was very late to the game, but this is actually the one part where women take hold of the game. We are better investors when we actually invest. When we put our money into the game, we typically come out ahead of men because we are patient, we are risk averse, and we can withstand the ups and downs because we're parents most of the time, right? We're moms. We've seen the worst of it. Even if you're not a mom, you've also seen some pretty downright awful stuff as a woman, right? We don't even have to get all jumpy about it. Men, they go in, they buy high, they sell low, they panic. We don't do that. This is your time to recoup some of that $400,000 that we left on the table earlier. And I want to tell you how to get there. So I know everybody's all on your face right now. Get a side hustle, get a side hustle, get a side hustle. I myself have a side hustle. I am not going to knock that. But if you have a job, there's actually something that you can do starting right now that you can get more money from where you already are. So here's the plan. When you go back to your job, you start a file. This is your celebration file. This is everything that you are bringing to the table for your job. And whenever you have a big win or a small win, you put it in there. And when time rolls around for your review, because you know it's coming, and they say, yes, you're doing fantastic, here's your 4%. You say, you know what? I would like to talk about that for a minute. And we're not doing it in a cocky way. We're not going in and throwing this folder down on their desk and like, you should give me 10%. Nah. We're doing it in a way to where after we show them all of the things and advantages that we have brought to the company over the last year, they would be crazy not to pay you more, right? Also, there's one other little tidbit that I want to throw in, and I know I just told you to stay where you're at and make more, and I wholeheartedly believe that. But way back in the day, we were told to get this job and stay with it forever. But I recently read a study that shows, not just for women, for everybody, that people who change jobs once a decade are actually earning more over time. So save this folder for your review, absolutely. But also save this folder for your next job and really boast yourself up to get what you deserve, because that is like our number one way to close this gap and get financially free. Ladies, financial freedom is not a luxury. It is an absolute necessity. It is the only way to take back our freedom and independence. It's about reclaiming your power and your future. So let's quell those fears, put your anxieties away, be bold and courageous, and take hold of your power. Thank you for joining me on this financial journey. Like, share, subscribe, leave in the comments all of your celebration categories that you're going to put in your folder for your review. I want to hear it all. If you have any tips for me, please let me know. I would love to hear them, and I will meet you guys back here soon. But until then, girl, fix your money.